Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all glorification, honor, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops, Wazakwanyam, who rule and teach well, and salutations to the Bias Shah Dawadah, that is the house of David the elect, beginning with 144,000, his servants, the prophets, the men of the Lord, who were singing a new song on the highways and byways throughout the four corners of the earth, waking up the rest of the remnant of Israel, which consists of men, women, and children, believers. They too are marked for deliverance out of this coming destruction, and that's what's coming to America, and the shit's getting real out here, man. All right, now this is really old news. In today's world, all right, so to speak, okay, this is old, all right. There's already numerous videos, okay, that brothers have been putting up. You know, the apostles, of course, been speaking on it, going into this article off of the People's Voice, which was published yesterday. Today is Thursday, March the 21st, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And you see the headline: South Dakota and Georgia criminalize key Bible teachings under that A word, laws. Okay. Which these people, these issues, the 1948ers, the small hats, they never believed the Bible. They used the Bible this whole time as cover. Okay. And then they set up, you know, all these various denominations over here in America, funding them, all right, and financed seminary schools, which pushed like a particular doctrine, dispensationalism, which pointed to them as the people of the Lord. Okay, but that whole construct has been torn, you know, to pieces, you know, by the prophets of the Lord. Okay, all those lies, all right, have been destroyed. Okay, and it all starts again with the apostles of Great Millstone on down to the bishops, the elders, and the men of the Lord. Okay, who are doing this thing sincerely and truthfully. Matter of fact, I didn't even have this precept lined up, but let's see. 2 Corinthians, I believe it's 4, so bear with me. No, it's not 4. Salakia, I had to search for it, but it's 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, Salak. All right. Yeah, these lies and these strongholds, okay, pushed primarily by the elites of Esau, all right, pushed by those bankers, those international banking families. They've been destroyed, man. All right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. It says, casting down imaginations, verse 5, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringeth into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, all right, the Messiah, Yahweh Shai. Okay, so these strongholds, these lies, all right, the wicked's, all right, imaginations, all those high things, those have been destroyed, man, through the power of spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right, and now, you know, the elites are done with Christianity. The elites are done with the Bible, okay, and they own your congressmen and women, all right, and they're about to shut it down, okay. And Yahweh Shai told us, all right, that persecution was going to come, and it happened in his time, okay, and it's going to happen again in this last time we're in, all right, during the time of Jacob's trouble. Slot. What is that in John? It's like, yeah, John 15. This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. Obviously, we're not greater than our Lord, Yahweh Shai. Okay? It says, if they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. So, the prophets are gonna be the primary target when all this goes down. Okay. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So we understand the severity of the times we're in. And with all that's happening in this earth right now, with all the things that are going on in the news, okay, and with the Passover only a few days away, okay, and the unleavened bread only a few days away, now more than ever, we have to be circumspect, okay, and watchful in prayer. I'm not really gonna read a whole lot of this, and I only got a couple more precepts, but let's get into it. It says, new legislation enacted in South Dakota and Georgia has criminalized important Bible teachings under the guise of protecting the issues from the A. Okay, and that's how ridiculous it's become. I mean, because I've said it. I've said it for quite some time. Due to Spirit, I'm surprised we're still allowed to do this. That we're still allowed to promote truth, or without any kind of backlash. Without being arrested. I'm surprised. The famine of the word, Amos chapter 8, verses 11 through 13, hasn't hit yet. All right, and it's coming. But yeah, I mean, you have to code everything. I mean, there's certain platforms, that the men of the Lord use to push this word, like Rumble and BitChute, and where you have a little bit more leeway with what you say. But on YouTube, you have to be very, careful, okay, because they'll take your video down in a second, delete your channel, etc., strike your channel, all that. So you can see it right there. And once again, like I said earlier, the Ishis never believed in the scripture. Those people don't believe in the Bible. Now the elites, they they know Yahushua is coming back in the chariots. Okay, that's why they're in their bunkers right now. Okay, but again, they've always used it for cover. All right. Let's see. It says Governors Christie Noam and Brian Kemp signed a bill into law codifying for state purposes the International H-Word Remembrance Association working definition of A. However, the A laws do not just make it illegal to use symbols and images associated with the ism to criticize the Ishis or the so-called Israeli state. They also make it a criminal offense to preach key parts of the Bible. And by the way, in the New Testament, when you see the word Jew, all right, that's talking about the southern kingdom. All right, like for example, when Yahushua was on the scene, being from the tribe of Judah, Hebrews 7:14. Okay, when he mentioned the Jews, he's talking about Judah, Levi, and Benjamin, right? The southern kingdom. It wasn't talking about. It isn't talking about, the issues, the small hats. Okay. Again, they hijack the scriptures, all right, and plug themselves in, all right, to prophecy. And now, that they've been exposed thoroughly and royally, once again by the men of the Lord, they got to shut it down, man. And they're getting ready to hit the internet kill switch. And this part of the journey, okay, is about to be over. With that being said, let me get the famous one, Amos. I gotta bring this out. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, and we're in those days right now. All right, see it, the Lord Yahweh, he's the one who said this through his servant. Amos. It says that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, although that's here too. Okay. But of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea. Who's going to be looking for the word, man? 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are the Lord's chosen people. You're going to be wandering. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, as well as you Israelite foreigners, man. All right, the speckled birds. And from the north even to the east, they shall run to and fro to do what? It says to seek the word of the Lord. All right, Yahweh shall not find it. Why are you going to be able to find it? Because the men of the Lord are going to be off the street corners, man. Going to be out of the chief places of concourse, all right? Off the highways, off the hedges, all right? Again, this part of the journey is almost over, okay? All this has to come to pass, man. It says, verse 13, in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. What they're going to be thirsting for is, again, the word of the Lord, all right? They're going to want to hear from who they call God, all right? But the prophets are going to be shut up, man, okay? Oh, speaking of that, let's see, let's get Ezekiel's. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3. And verse 25, but thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. Verse 26, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth. All right, so literally the Lord is going to shut his men up during this time. Now, this happened during Ezekiel's day, and it's going to happen again in these last days. Okay, that which was then is now. All right, it says, and I will make, again, verse 26, and I will make thy tongue to cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. Right, 2/3 of you, again, 2/3 of you Israelites are rebellious as hell, man. You adulterers, you know. You don't have no faith, man, and without faith it's impossible to please Yahweh. You're rebellious, man. All right? The warning's been gone out now for, almost 4 decades. All right? I've been out on the highways and byways all throughout Babylon the Great, aka America, and throughout the 4 corners of the globe, man. All right? I mean, it's been out there. The truth has been out there. And the Lord has 2/3 of you, in the dark. Okay? You're rebellious. You don't want to adhere, all right, to what the scriptures commands you to do. You don't want to be obedient to the word, so the Most High is going to sweep you right out of here, man. All right? He's going to destroy you, 2/3 of you. Okay? I want to get something out of Luke. Okay, here we go. Luke 21, chapter 21 and verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and in the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Right. Some men are going to have to testify before kings and rulers. All right. And the chief men of this earth. Okay. Some men are going to have to testify, to councils, man, that Yahweh Shah is coming back and he's going to destroy the heathen nations. He's going to put the heathen nations into slavery when he returns, set up a righteous kingdom. Okay. And some men are even going to have to feel the sword, man, have to be martyred for their testimony, for their faith, for their beliefs. You could also read, Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10, which talks about being thrown into prison for a certain amount of time, for a period of time. But, Lord willing, the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, keeps his spirit upon us, Kakwadash, and causes us to endure, okay? Because, again, shit's about to get real out here, all right? Let's see. Yeah, Christians are going to feel the persecution too, but really who they're after is the prophets. You Christians pose no threat. I mean, anyone who speaks out against their NWO will be silenced, okay? But their prize targets again are the prophets, the 144,000. But that's all right. That's the way the Lord wrote it, and we all got to walk through that straight gate. So, anyways, Lord willing, you was edified. Yeah, persecution's coming. Lord willing, you was edified. I don't want to say shalom, and it's on to the next video.